Here is K9PQ.
We got some really strong music coming over the repeater.
K7ITX testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. K7ITX.
And a good evening from the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. The Western Washington Amateur Television Society is a group of amateur radio enthusiasts that take to the airways with digital amateur television in the DVB-T format. We transmit on 70 centimeters to a crossband repeater on Cougar Mountain and spits out images at 1.2 gigahertz. Find out more about our group, please Google WW7ATS. That's Google WW7ATS. That will take you to our homepage on the internet. There you'll see the exact frequencies we transmit and receive on. Also there is a link there that will take you to YouTube, where we stream our nets held Wednesdays and Saturdays between 8 and 9 o'clock. Also, we transmit our audio on our sister station, WW7 ATS 147.08 with a tone of 103.5 for a simulcast. So with that, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. I'm Dave, KD7CYM. I'll pause in case anybody has emergency traffic or needs to make a contact before the net gets fully underway. Welcome back to the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. So far checked into the net is Ron, KD7QKU, Bob, K9PQ, Richard, K7ITX, Jim, N7QO, James, WU7N, and myself, Dave, KD7ZYM. Is there anybody else wishing to check in? Hearing none, we'll start off the net with Ron, KD7QKU in Tacoma.
QKU. Good evening, everyone. Maybe my picture isn't going to come in. I don't know. So anyway, here it comes. When I picked up my microphone tonight, I noticed that on the cable, it was anyway, it's falling apart. I don't know if you can see that or not. I guess I didn't get it in the picture very well, but I'm going to have to make some repair on that, I guess. So it was a beautiful day today. This afternoon over here, they had a jazz group come and play in the afternoon for an hour or two, and then Joanne and I went over and got a sandwich. We split a sandwich and listened to them. And then I went to the store. Well, I guess I'd gone to the store before that. I bought a new pair of tennis shoes, white. I haven't had a pair of white tennis shoes 10 years, I don't think. But anyway, I bought a new pair of white tennis shoes. I've been wearing shorts a lot this summer, and I thought white tennis shoes look better with my shorts than black tennis shoes. So I decided I needed a new pair of shoes. So I've had them on all afternoon. They feel pretty good. They were not very expensive. I bought cheaper ones, but I think they're going to be just fine. What else is going on? Not too much. I guess I'll just turn it back to Net and see what you guys are up to. So this is KD7QKU.
KD7QKU, thanks with that. And let's pick up Bob, K9PQ in Oak Harbor. Again, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. I'm Dave, KD7CYM. Coming to next now is Bob, K9PQ in Oak Harbor. And no response on K9PQ. Let's go to Richard, K7ITX in Kent.
Okay, well, Ron, beautiful picture, real good audio. Yeah, I could see what you're talking about with respect to your microphone cable. It looked like it was getting kind of raw around the edges, maybe and shorting out on you. But other than that, you sounded just fine. It sounds like you had a nice relaxing time at lunch. Beautiful weather, especially this afternoon. The sun came out, got nice and toasty. We've been having a garage sale at our house this last couple days, or I should say Debbie. I haven't really had much to. I did one thing though. I delivered a table. Someone bought a table that Debbie had picked up for free some time ago and sold it for $15, and it's just delivered it to a neighbor just around the block. So that was kind of fun. Beautiful. I'm looking at a beautiful mountain right now. God darn. I just can't get over how lucky I am to have this scene where I live. I think it's going to be hard to ever move away. I don't know how my audio is, if I got an echo or not. I wouldn't be surprised the way I'm doing 2 meter and streaming at the same time. I'm afraid my voice is getting picked up by both microphones and giving you guys a delay. Hopefully not. I don't know. You can report back to me, and we'll let it come back to me. And if my audio is not that bad, I'll continue my report. K7ITX, back to net control.
K7ITX, thanks for that, and your audio is fine. Go ahead, continue on.
Okay, well, good. That's good to hear. So anyway, what else? I can report that Debbie made over $100. I thought that was pretty good to get $100 for stuff that was just going to go up in the back of the pickup to the dump. So, you know, it's amazing what some person's junk is worth to other people. It's obviously it's not like we were charging a lot. It's only like $1 for one thing, I guess. So, or maybe, like I said, a pretty nice table for $15, and then Debbie had a lot of clothes from her and our daughter Olivia hanging up, and women and her purses. She had old purses, and those went for $3 a piece. And what else I saw for How about the flip-flops? No, those didn't go. I saw a lot of little earrings and jewelry items for 50 cents a piece. That seemed like a bargain. One funny thing, though, is some of the people are kind of interesting. One lady asked Debbie, "You're not going to rob me, are you?" And so Debbie didn't want to sell anything to her after that, after she saw the lady come by. "We're closed now." So pretty funny that a lady would say that, "Are you're not going to rob me?" So anyway, so that's what happened here today. Garage sale for the whole neighborhood. By the way, it wasn't just us. It's a kind of a community thing. So with that, K7ITX, back to Net Control.
K7ITX, thanks with that. And let's hop to Covington to Jim, N7QO.
N7QO. Thank you, Dave. Good evening, everyone. Well, Ron, sounds like you had a fun day. That's great. Yeah, we saw that mic cord. You were holding it just a tiny bit low for most of us to see, but eventually you held it up higher. So yeah, we could see it. It looks like something's been gnawing on that, but can't blame Pippa. So anyway, just things wear out, as we all know. It happens to our bodies as well as our equipment. Yeah, might need a little repair there. That'll keep you busy for a while. Sorry. Dick, neighborhood garage sale. Sounds like you've had a productive day. You made a delivery. You made some money, and your audio is excellent, by the way, on both 2 meters and on the television repeater. Let's see. Yeah, garage sales. It's interesting. Sometimes stuff that you no longer need, someone can make use of it. And sometimes maybe no one can make use of it. It's just a matter of finding the right person, and it's just a matter of luck as to whether or not that person winds up going there. Let's see. Yeah, but it was a neighborhood garage sale, and that helped a lot because that usually gets a higher turnout than just one house. There are people who go cruising looking for garage sales at various locations, and they'll stop. But if it's a neighborhood, you're likely to get a much better turnout. So I'm glad that worked out well for you. And let's see, what did I do? Mostly I did chores around the house. I did not do anything outside today. I was doing all things inside, and I need to get caught up on some other things too. I'm behind on my emails. I've been way too busy lately. But that's what kind of shot my day today. Back to you, Dave, and 7QO.
N7QO. Let's go to James, WU, 7N in Northeast Bellevue.
Thank you, Dave. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and push the button now. Let's see how long it takes.
All right, I see WU7N. I see a call sign, and there's the picture. Well, let's see. Today's a beautiful day. I went to a car show. It is amazing the kind of work that people put into those things. It's not a car anymore. It's a work of art at that point. So that's was a pretty big hunk of the day. And let's see, walk through Costco on a Saturday. I know that's a crazy thing to do, but I did that, and it was kind of an interesting crowd there today. And then got home and was able to get a few things done around the house. Not nearly as impressive as doing things like selling tables or garage sales. That's pretty good. $15. The question I have for Richard next time around is what venue. I guess it was just a face-to-face garage sale thing. You got $15 for the table and $100 for everything else. Because I'm deciding, is Craigslist the best, or my neighbor tried to sell a car on Craigslist and got con artists spraying oil all over the place trying to tell him his that kind of turned me off the next door neighborhood. If anybody has suggestions on how to invite people to buy stuff but not the crazies, I'm or the con man, I'm all ears on that. Ron, cable repair on microphones. Isn't it amazing how fast cables had almost all of our microphone cables in an operation center I volunteer in. Jazz and a sandwich sounds like a great way to spend today. And new shoes. What more could you ask for? I've been wearing my shoes like all old comfortable shoes. They're just wearing out on my feet, so I'm going to have to do that myself. Let's see, what else? Jim, you said damage. That had some of our bodies falling apart, so now you got my interest. What's been gnawing on you, and what part? Or is that something can you say under part? Let's see, other than that, I have progress with my vector network analyzer, playing with that. And the frequency standards a little bit. I got, I think I told you, I got this right here. Package of transistors. There's values. There's 20. I'm surprised. One of them, the BC517, is a Darlington high gain. And some of these, just I guess the dealio is they just get progressively lower noise. This BC 547 here, the 548 and 549 are just progressively lower noise additions of the same. So I was trying to test them to see if there's really any difference. Just label the make a good NP transistor and just label them all the same. And I'm kind of coming around to the idea, no, they didn't. They do have some differences, although a lot of similarities. So anyway, that's it here in Northeast Bellevue. This is WU7N.
WU7N, thanks for that. And it's time to get a quick ID. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the 08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7CYM. Well, here in Lake City, I've got 70 degrees and sunshiny. And according to what I've heard on the news, this is the last 9 o'clock sunset. It's going the other direction at this point. So we have sunset at 9 o'clock exactly tonight. So it'll be welcome to the other side of the clock. And for me, oh my gosh, I got a chance to go to a Mexican restaurant and get some fajitas, and I will say, boy, that's like ordering enough food for a family of 5. Actually, 2 great big plates of food, Then they have the platter of steaming vegetables with the meat of your choice on it, and then you get the backups of all the filling and a couple of tortillas to stuff them in if you want to do that. So that was kind of interesting, and enjoyed that pretty good. So that's about it. Been pretty quiet around the neighborhood. I did get out for a little bit of a walk today, enjoy some of that weather, and I noticed that there was an update on Discord just before the net, and downloaded all of that, so I'm up to date on Discord. So with that, we're back to Ron. I'm sorry about that microphone separating. I had that problem happen myself a couple of years ago, and it's a pain in the you-know-what to take the mic apart and to slide that audio cable back up into the microphone and secure it. But it's all doable, but it takes a little bit of time. So with that, I'm going to give it back to Ron, KD7 QKU.
Okay, thank you very much, Dave. Waiting for my picture to pop up here. So anyway, I have 3 ICOM radios. I just switched the microphone out. That was probably the one I used the most. So it was, the cable housing outside covering was coming apart right where it plugs into the microphone. So I was just looking at Amazon. You can get everything on Amazon, and Amazon has one 1069. So I don't know if I will even bother getting one. So I have a radio that I'm probably not going to use, so I can use this one. So it sounds like Richard had a garage sale. Well, that was interesting. They had a garage sale here at Alicio. Helping Hands. They have a group called Helping Hands, and so when people want to give stuff away, they give it to them, and then they keep it, and then they have a sale. I didn't go. Joanne went over and look. She bought 2 or 3 little things, glass bowl, some kind of a little thing. I don't know. And a pair of tongs or something. She thought the money goes for a good cause. And they open it up to the neighborhood, so then everybody driving by and lives around here can come and look. I didn't see a lot of traffic, so I don't know how that went. Let's see, Richard, last night at dinner, your mother-in-law was in the dining room, and we actually sat, at least Joanne sat kind of next to her and talked to her. Sounded like you guys had all been down to a big wedding in Oregon not too long ago. So we found out about that. So anyway, what else Not much going on. I told you about testing antennas and how I just decided that the little vertical is the best one of them all. I guess it's going to get hot this week. I have my shorts on, and like I say, I bought a new pair of white tennis shoes. And they feel pretty good. So anyway, what else is going on? Well, I don't know. Not much, I guess. It's always fun to listen to you guys and see what you've been up to. So I'm just going to turn it back to Ned, I guess. KD7QKU.
KD7QKU, thanks for that. Let's see if we can make contact with Bob up in Oak Harbor, K9PQ. And no response. So let's move on down to Richard, K7ITX in Kent.
No, I don't know. One more try.
Well, okay. So I see my audio coming over the screen, and I got color bars. Maybe we got updated. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay, voila. We're on the air, audio and video. So sorry for the technical difficulties, but I think I got it under control. So let's see. What was I going to mention? So the other big adventure was in the room next to me. I have, but in the room next to me are 4 feral kittens that are just 8 weeks old. And they're cute little buggers. One is very tame, but the others are just very skittish, I guess is what you would say. They were captured by my daughter and her partner in what we call the jungle behind our house. We have pretty much a bird aviary and just a beautiful garden by our neighbors behind us, and these little kittens decided that's what they were going to live for a while. But I guess my daughter has other plans. As humans will sometimes interrupt. Well, it's a tough life for little kittens and cats in the neighborhood, and so if you can find a
Home for them. I don't think it's our home, but anybody, someone's home where they get the proper care, the shots and usually if they get fixed. Oh, I'm back to color bars. Well, what do I know what to go? Yeah, maybe I timed out the repeater. Let's see if is that what happened. Let's take a look.
This is KD7ZYM, and this is the Western Washington Society Net. K7ITX, you're back on the air with pictures and sound.
yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's a little touchy with this system that we got set up, but when it works pretty good. As I look at myself on it's so clear. It's unbelievable. So I'm just gonna have to, now that I got a new token and kind of starting to get the hang of it, I'm gonna have to get some video like Bob does, and I think that'll be a lot of fun. But I can only do it on Saturday. Wednesday night, I'm laying flat on my back with needles in my arms at the Northwest Kidney Center on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. So it helps pass the time, but it's not a fun place to be, especially when I'm doing the net, when I could be showing some pictures and things. So anyway, that's it for right now. K7ITX, back to net control.
K7ITX, thanks with that. And let's pick up Jim, N7QO in Covington.
N7QO. Thank you, Dave. Well, Jim, your signal was a little bit intermittent there, both the video and audio from where I am, and both on the television repeater and 2 meters, but I think I got pretty much everything you said. Yeah, on me, nothing is falling apart yet, but I have a whole bunch of friends who have had various joints replaced, and I don't know. I think the longer you live, the more likely it is for that to happen. And the equipment which we use, I kind of equate to that. It's not like you can give some vitamins to our equipment. They just plain wear out. Oh well. And the more you use them, the faster they wear too. Dave, last 9 p.m. sunset. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure if I should say thank you for mentioning that or not, but thanks for mentioning that. And fajitas, bueno. Dick, yeah, that was strange. It did say waiting for updates, but just rebooted. Maybe the software decided that it wanted to be updated and was just being a little bit persnickety there. Feral kittens, I don't know. I have noticed usually a mama cat will go to some secluded location to give birth. Do you know any idea who's the mama? It might belong to one of your neighbors, probably pretty close by, maybe house next door or something. Seems like eventually mama and the kittens wind up going to their home. That is, unless the kittens disappear. But anyway, the kittens probably, whether they were or not, they could probably no longer be categorized as feral kittens. And I know that you guys are spoiling them rotten. Yep, they'll never be the same again. So that's I don't know. That's nice anyway. Kind thought. Let's see. I don't know. I do need to spend some time on my computer tomorrow catching up on emails. I don't know why. I always get behind on the computer. It's just a never-ending thing. If anyone has any suggestions, let me know on that. Short of just disregarding everything. Anyway, back to you, Dave, N7QO.
N7QO, thanks for that. Let's pick up James. WU7N in Northeast Bellevue Land.
All right, testing WU7N. WU7N. Okay, well, Jim, thank you very much for the signal report. If anybody else has comments on whether I was in and out or not, I'm just booming in on my my own feedback loops here. And let's see, I seem to be coming through okay too on the streaming.
WU7N, we lost your audio and video. Well, this is Dave back again. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. Somehow, James lost his audio and video. I was coming in, and then it just sort of broke up and left. And subject to feral cats, I had an acquaintance that had adopted 4 feral cats a number of years ago and had a miserable time with them. Apparently, genetically, they have a tendency to want to be wildcats, and they were very hard to keep inside the house. They didn't want to use the sandbox, so to speak. They wanted to claw up things and would go hide under things, and finally they just sort of gave up in desperation after a couple of months and ended up taking him into the Humane Society, which was sort of sad. But anyway, maybe you will have better luck with this group that you have as feral cats. So anyway, this is Dave, KD7CYM, and this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. So with that, let's go back up to Ron, KD7QK.
Well, I don't know if it's going to work for me. Or, yeah, there it goes. It works. I can't see it on my iPad, but I see it coming through the repeater. So Jim was talking about joints and stuff. So see if I can show you here. See if you can see my hand. So anyway, I have what's called trigger finger. And what happens is that it's this finger right here, and it doesn't want to straighten out. So when I straighten it out, it jumps and hurts. It's been real sore for about a month or two. So I've had it before. It's not the first time I've had it. I had it a year or two ago, and I went to the orthopedic doctor, and he gave me a shot kind of in the palm of the hand, right at the base of the finger. And so I made an appointment, went in. I guess it was was it yesterday? Can't remember. But anyway, so I went in and he gave me a shot. He said, you can only have the shot twice. And then he said, you have to have surgery. So I guess next time I have to have surgery. And I guess they have to open your hand up and clean the little slot in there, or groove, or whatever it is where the tendon is. So anyway, the nurse came in and she had to wipe my hand off with an alcohol thing, and then she had a can of something, sprayed it on my hand, palm of my hand there where he was going to give me the shot. It like froze it. It turned white, like frost. Oh my, that hurt. And then he stuck the needle in, and I think he put more fluid in it, this time than he did before, because it really hurt. It hurt when he was putting it in and everything. And so they told me to come home and put it on ice, and then it would be better. Well, I kept it on ice most of the day, and it bruised my hand. You probably can't see the bruise in my hand, but I'm bruised. And it is better. See, yeah, you can see the little spot there. That's where it's bruised, where he shot me. And I can open and close my fingers now. I don't know how long that's going to last. So anyway, you can see my index fingers all crooked from arthritis. So, yeah, trigger finger. So anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. KD7 QKU.
KD7 QKU, thanks for that. Let's pick up Richard, K7ITX.
Okay, well, Ron, I had the exact same thing happen just within the last couple months, and I've had it twice. But I skipped the shots. When the doctor said the only real cure is surgery, I just said, let's cut to the chase, heck with the shots, let's get it over with. And so I've had the surgery twice now, and it works just fine. The surgery is kind of a headache, they put you under, whatever that it is, sodium pentothal or some kind of drug that knocks you out. Maybe it's the stuff that they have on the streets nowadays. I don't know. Jeez. So, anyway, just saw some strange message on streaming. Anyway, and yeah, we know who the mama cat is, and I have nothing to do with this, by the way. This is, I just live here. So I don't. Do you think I have any ideas on doing any of this, of what the girls are doing? I have nothing to do with it. So don't blame me. But we'll see. If it works, everything works out, I'll take all the credit. How's that sound? So anyway, let's see. I see 8:45 here, 69.3. Very comfortable out. I think we're in for another nice day tomorrow. K7ITX, back to net control.
K7ITX, thanks with that. Let's pick up Jim, N7QO in Covington.
N7QO, thank you, Dave. Well, Jim, we heard you just fine for a a minute or so there. Your picture and your audio was just fine, and then it just suddenly dropped out to nothing. Not sure what happened there. Ron, yes, we can see the bruise on your hand, trigger finger. Yeah, I've had friends who've had problems with that as well. And the arthritis, I've got some friends who definitely have fingers that have fingers in particular where the arthritis is showing its effects. None of them said that it hurts, but it just looks it's a distortion. I hope that doesn't hurt you. And Dick, yeah, we understand, and take all of the credit, but none of the blame. that sounds good. that sounds like an executive decision there. Let's see. Yeah, I've had friends who have. I don't want to say that they have taken in animals. It's more like the animals have taken them in. Animals would keep showing up at their door, and maybe because they gave them some food or something, the animals just kept coming back, and eventually decided, well, the food is better here at this guy's house rather than where I used to be. I'll just hang out here for the rest of my life or something. Very strange, but animals sometimes have a way of picking out their owners too. After they've been a certain age or something, I don't know. Don't know exactly what's going on in the brains of some of these critters. And then, interesting, some of them seem to like people and some don't. Yeah, but pets can be endearing, and good luck. And after hearing Dave's story there, Dick, I don't know. Watch out. Keep an eye out. That's all we can say. Back to you, Dave, and 7QO.
N7QO, thanks for that. Well, let's try James, WU7N, and see if we got a contact going there.
Well, I think it'll work this time, Dave. This is James, WU7N, Northeast Bellevue. I'm just going to go ahead and use 2 meters. Too many variables here for me to track down why I'm dropping out. And also, Bob, I don't know if he's still listening out there or not, but I'm wondering what's going on there with the internet tonight. Here, news you can use. I use a internet service provider called T-Mobile, and I use a wireless, they call it a gateway. It's a box that sits in the window, and it actually uses the cell site for my internet connection. And for example, Netflix worked just fine, and then all of a sudden it didn't. And I was wondering why. And so I was playing around with all kinds of things, and finally I discovered, well, if I didn't use my virtual private network, it would work. And if I did, sometimes it would, sometimes it wouldn't. And so I guess this is a horsepower race between the virtual private network providers and the various internet service providers. I guess they want to spy on what we're all doing, and that's the whole point of a VPN, is to privatize that. Because I did some changes in the virtual private network, and now the Netflix works. But I'm wondering, I noticed at the start of the net I was in Canada, and I'm wondering if there's something there that is causing too big of a delay or something like that. Because, yeah, it starts to work at the beginning and then it drops off. So I don't know what everybody heard. My humble advice to Ron was, if a microphone costs $12, buy it while you can still get it. Because I waited and then I couldn't get it for a piece of equipment. So It's kind of like car parts or something. They don't guarantee everything will be available forever. And anyway, proud that Richard is a kitten dad, and that was kind of interesting. Domestic animals are always fun. You never know who's domesticating who and who's training who. And let's see, in the middle of the net here, I've gotten 2 Amber alerts for the same kidnapped kid. And this is a 4-year-old Grace, white female, wearing white athletic shorts, taken from South Conway Place in Kennewick, Washington. So anyway, we'll put that out there for general notice. So this is James, WU7N. Looks like we got about 8 minutes. Let's see how many more people we can hear from here. Take it away, Dave.
WU7N, thanks for that. And get a quick ID here again. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the 08 machine. Again, I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. Well, just got a text from Bob who was mentioning the music that you had heard earlier. He was in the park, and there was a band playing, and that was overriding his audio. It wasn't intentionally transmitting music. He was trying to get his voice out. So maybe we'll pick him up on the next go-around. This is Dave, KD7ZYM. So let's go back up to Ron, KD7QKU.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Dave. This is KD7QKU. Looking for my picture to pop up, but here it comes. Richard, you're going to have to show us pictures of those kittens. So you're going to have to go in there and take some pictures so we can see them. Probably cute little boogers. I like cats a lot. I'd like to have another cat, but Joanne doesn't think we need one here. But I don't know. I think they're a lot of company. I like dogs. I mean, we've had more dogs than we have cats. We've only had 2 cats, and we've had 3 or 4 dogs. So I'm a dog person too. We had some really nice dogs. But we had 2 real nice cats too. So I don't have too much more, I guess. It's always interesting to hear the stories. Feral cats. I don't know if feral cats, I hope they're not feral cats, because they're, like Dave was saying, they don't domesticate very well. I know other people that had an experience with a feral cat, trying to make it into a house cat, and they're the same, but it's just that they were not handled and petted and stuff when they were young, and so it changes them when they're handled and petted, so it makes them into a much nicer animal. All right, you guys, nice to see you, nice to hear you, and looking forward to Wednesday, I guess. So back to net, KD7QKU.
KD7QKU, thanks with that. And let's pick up Richard, K7ITX.
Okay, I guess we're on the air. All right. Well, yeah, I'll take some pictures at some point. I'm not sure when I'll be able to do that. Let's see here. Doesn't look like I'm coming up. Stand by.
K7ITX, you got a picture and audio coming across?
Okay, let's see here. I got things all fouled up. All right, let's see here.
Okay. So anyway, 8:56 on my clock. As far as are these feral cats or not? Well, that's the big question. They started out being born underneath a neighbor's shed. We know that. And the mama cat was coming to our house for food and all that kind of jazz. And these cats are born. And so now one cat has turned out good. We caught them, my daughter and her partner caught them 2 at a time. So there's 2 have been in captivity longer than the other 2 that they just got. So I don't know how it's all going to turn out. They are being dealt with kid gloves, that's for sure. They got them so they're not tearing. Every once in a while, we hear a crash inside the room, and I'm afraid to look inside. I don't think there's too much damage. I don't think there's too much damage they can do, or at least they're going. My daughter is going in there frequently, and they have a special pen for the 2 wild ones. So it's a process of elimination, and they're working with animal care on this too. I do know that. They may go to animal care, or they may go to friends and neighbors. But yeah, I should be able to get some pictures of them. I'll do that. I'll get some pictures and maybe get one of them on the camera live. I should be able to do that as well. So we'll keep you posted. It should be an ongoing story, that's for sure. K7ITX, 73 to everybody. Back to Net Control.
K7ITX, thanks with that. And for a final, let's go to Jim, N7QO.
N7QO, thank you, Dave. Well, Jim, we got solid audio from you on your last transmission there. Both on the television repeater and on 2 meters. That was solid. T-Mobile Gateway. I don't know what to make of that. Let's see, Ron. I don't know. Dogs, cats. My feeling is I don't need any. Yeah, I've had pets in the past, but now I have a wife. And I don't know, kind of like Dick was saying, every now and then he hears a crash in the other room. I don't know. My wife keeps me busy, and every now and then I hear this crash. Does that mean I have a feral wife? I don't know. Gee, it's terrible. That's the witching hour. I'd like someone to comment on that. Back to you, Dave. Good night, everyone. N7QO.
N7QO, and we've run out of time, but I'll put out a call to, is there anything from anyone before we button up the net? Hearing none, this has been the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net, and I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. So we'll bring the net to a close at 9:01. This is WW7ATS, and this is Dave, KD7CYM, signing off. Good evening all.